Alright guys, excuse the bedhead. I know if I start talking to you like this, it's going to be distracting. So this is it. So I think what we'll do is we'll put Mr. Hat on today for this morning, and we'll enjoy a little morning coffee. I've been sitting here doodling on my little notepad thing here, my progress journal, before I started making YouTube videos, and so that's taken over. But I thought I would go back to it and start writing down. And the thing about writing something down on paper is if you think it, ink it. And it's like talking to a therapist, because when you go back and read what you've written down, it's like talking to a therapist and having them as a soundboard say what you've said to them back to you, and then you can hear it from another perspective, from another voice, how it sounds coming out of somebody else, your words. It's helpful in that aspect. So the things I came up with was the meltdown video, why I did it, why I put it up. Like I said, I've made many of those videos before. I still have them on my phone. I don't think I'll be posting them. Maybe I will for a laugh, I don't know, because hopefully by then I'll be a changed person. So anyway, yeah, and then the next video was basically explaining that video and why I'm keeping it up. And it made me realize that it does help. I have publicly humiliated myself. No, I have publicly put it out there that I have an issue, and if it wasn't for that, I'd probably go back to the booze. I'd probably go back to it easily. But I'm using that for me. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else unless, I think it's something that will help. But for me, I had to make a jackass of myself, because really that's me every night. And that night I just had enough. So the next thing, it was called Straight Edge 237. Sounds really cool, but what it actually is straight edge is basically no substance abuse, no drugs, no booze, nothing. I don't do drugs, but booze was my drug. And for me to be straight edge till 237, what that is 237 pounds, that's 16 stone, 13 pounds. And celebrate being 16 stone something, which I haven't been in years, would be phenomenal celebration. And I thought, well, no booze until I hit that weight. In a perfect world, that would be great. But I know me, and that's too much pressure. It's too big an undertaking. That's too big a goal for me to accept. I'm better to take it one day at a time. And this is what I came up with. It was weird. I just kept writing. I like the idea, but I don't really see it happening. I can be good for a while, then drink, but to say no booze till then feels a bit much. The thing I have to realize is the longer I stay off the booze, the more weight I lose. And then I was like, whoa, that rhymes. And then that's when I stopped and I had to make this video. So an affirmation I want to ingrain in my brain. I'm a poet and I don't know it. So the affirmation is, the longer I stay off the booze, the more weight I'll lose. The longer I stay off the booze, the more weight I'll lose. And it's true, because it's the biggest thing that holds me back. I've had my diet, I would say overall, if I'm honest, between 80 and 90% good. All right, and that's passable. That alone, you should still be able to lose weight. But the one constant that's bad for me is booze, and I keep drinking every night. Well, I didn't booze 2 nights ago, didn't booze tonight, last night, I'm not going to booze tonight. So this is going into day 3 off the booze. I think I'm over the hump. I'm feeling pretty positive, feeling pretty strong, but the longer I stay off the booze, the more weight I'll lose. And if I can maybe meditate on that, or say it to myself 10 times, just rhyme it off, and then in times of weakness, say the affirmation, say the rhyme to myself, and then try and understand what that means. The longer I stay off the booze, the more weight I'll lose. All right, so I just came up with this, and I'm hoping that this will help. You know, in times of weakness, I had a passing moment yesterday, but I was so on a roll with the embarrassing video and all that stuff, so that helps as well. Anyway, that's my morning. I've got my new collars. I think I'll go back to training chest again today. Just because I want to try out my new collars. I'll show you the difference between my new ones and the old ones. Alright, so these are my old collars. These are called butterfly collars. You squeeze the handles together like so. Right up on the bar. And it should lock the plate in place, but this one doesn't do quite a good job. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to try this. This is called the quick release collar that I've got, plastic, lightweight. So place it on like so. Make sure the plate's up against the bar. Push this up against that. That locks in place. And there's no moving. That's the bar that's sliding, not the plate. Alright, so I just had a fantastic chest workout. Just did one exercise. I lost track of the reps, but getting used to releasing that. So I did, I know I'm supposed to be doing just conditioning, but I ended up doing 80 kilos for maybe 4 or 5 sets. So let me just start off with, I did 70 kilos, 3 sets of 15, and then I just doing sets of 10 to 12, and then I upped the weight and I did 8 kilos for maybe 3 or 4 sets of 10, 12. We'll start off at 12 then, I could only manage them at 10, so I'm quite chuffed with myself. It's coming back pretty quick. So yeah, excellent. Quick release collars work great. I'm getting used to operating with one hand. And yeah, all right, cool. So just a quick job done before I jump in the shower. This is a coat hook I made out of a horseshoe at a blacksmithing course I did a few years ago. Now I've got a place to hang my house coat and my hat. Yeah, look at that, Chef Craig in the house. Right, so it's been a nice casual day today, pretty chilled out. So I had a really good workout this morning, just did chest, one exercise, did multiple sets. I did get a little carried away with the weights, but I actually managed more reps and sets with the 80 kilos than I did the first attempt. So I'm quite chuffed with that. It is coming back, but I have to do a thorough warm-up, otherwise I will probably injure myself. So I'm going to bear that in mind. Anyway, so work-wise was good, diet-wise 100%, and no booze tonight, night 3, and yeah, I'm feeling great. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the perfect day. I did the trilogy, no booze, perfect food, and a workout. 3 things, key to success. So for lunch I had 4 sliced sausage and 3 fried eggs. The fried eggs were done in butter. The sliced sausage was cooked in a non-stick pan, so it was actually its own juices it was frying in. I had that with some coleslaw. So I would say that was 100% keto compared to the KFC and the McDonald's and the Greggs and going to Asda and all that kind of stuff. There was no breading in that food whatsoever. It was 100% keto. Quite chuffed myself about that. I did have a Scotch egg, just one, and it was fine. The breading in that was minimal. Like I checked the carbs and it was fine. I also had for tea Salisbury steaks. I had 3. Well, I had 3 on my plate, but I only managed 2 and a quarter. And it was really good, just really filling, and I wasn't really that hungry because my lunch kind of filled me up. So yeah, all in, it's been a fantastic, successful day. Let's hope the momentum continues, and hope for a repeat tomorrow. All right, catch you later.